On this trap line, I'm with Red O'Hearn, and we're trapping together. We're trapping partners. We call it our In Search of Our Youth trapping adventure. We're both the same age, and we're in northwestern South Dakota, and our primary target is skunks. So come along and enjoy the ride.
These bloodshot eyes of knowledge, too proud to ever behold the all that is this and nothingness out on the bad river road, out on the bad river road.
All right, what we're doing is we're driving along and we're actually targeting skunks. We're setting our traps low and trying to avoid coon catches because coon are virtually worthless at this point. And so we're driving along, we're looking for trails, we're looking for scat, we're just looking for signs that the animals are actually at the locations that we're picking, because if they're not, we're not setting them. Pay dirt. So we got one over here. Let's go remake the set and you can, there's the trail. Here's where the trap was set. He's got enough cable where he can get down out of sight.
Boy, nice stripes.
Yep. All right. When I looked at this set, there was no scat, but there was a faint trail, and a lot of times if there's not a lot of animals using the trail, it's not going to be huge. But if you look at this trail, which we'll do in a minute, it's very faint, but we got a nice big white broad striped skunk, so it's a great success. So we're going to remake this set, and he didn't spray. I like having nice gloves that I can feel with. These Cold Creek gloves that I got from Mark Steck, they really have good feel to them. So when you're using body grips, you want to be able to have good manual dexterity because it really hurts to get caught. When I talk to people at conventions, you know, they'll say what I consider dumb stuff like, oh yeah, have you ever been caught? And I said, yeah, I've broken almost every finger, one of my thumbs twice. I said, oh, I've never been caught. I said, well, you're not running very many traps. All right, on this remake, what I try to do is I try to just part the grass and slip the trap in. I don't want to smash anything down. If I don't have to add anything, the set is much better. And with this small trail, as long as I center the trap in the trail, and I've got it pressed down pretty good, I don't have to do anything except maybe fluff up the grass. I don't want to have to, especially I don't want to tear anything out and try to rebuild it. I want to use it in its natural state. And I always want to try to remember to take my safety catches off. That's redone. That's ready to catch the next customer. So we're gonna take this and put it in the truck, and we're gonna go catch us another one. Here we got another one. We have a nice small trail. See how we left it intact, crossing the road, and we just tucked another 160 right in this trail and set it low. This guy's just crossing the road and we caught him.
Hey Red, why did the skunk cross the road?
The possum dared him.
That's not bad.
Wiebe Trapline Adventures is brought to you by F&T Fur Harvesters Trading Post. Everything you need for trapping and hunting. By Dakota Line Snares and Trapping Products. Snares loaded for speed. And by Wiebe Fleshing and Skinning Knives. We are wicked sharp. We are Wiebe.
Got a nice white stripe. Every time I set my trap, I want to make sure my trigger wire is straight up and down, and I want to make any adjustments before I go to the trouble of setting it on my stabilizer. Just gonna tuck this right in the grass. See how low I have this thing set to the ground. Possibly any coon that comes down this trail is just going to walk over it. But I feel a little bit more comfortable if I do just a little bit of blocking. It doesn't take much. I'm going to put it down into the grass so it helps hold it in place. The wind blows so much, sometimes the blocking will end up actually covering up your trap and blocking the trap. Never know what you're going to find when you're checking traps. Obviously something got a duck and ate it, because there's part of a duck's leg bone and some feathers, but I don't think it was killed here because there's not a big bunch of feathers all around. Anyway, that set's ready for the next customer. We're gonna pick it up, the one we caught, and go on to the next spot. When we were out scouting, we were looking in culverts. We were actively looking for skunks, and this culvert here had 2 skunks in it when we were up here scouting. We set it up, and on the first check we had a skunk in each end, because we have a trap on each side of the road. This is the second check, and we caught this bad boy. Definitely an alpha male. See how he's caught in the 160. Just, I don't know that, I'm sure that he could get through it, because an animal, if they can get their head through something, they can get the rest of their body through. But once he stuck it in that 160, that went out the window. So it was a very quick, humane kill, because he didn't even move the trap off the stake.
I think I've read where one skunk will breed a lot of females. Have you heard that?
Yeah. One skunk will have a harem, and he'll drive the other male skunks away. That's why back when they used to dig skunks, I think that there would be so many females in that den, is because that male's like like I said, the alpha skunk. And in the interest of science, we're weighing some of these. Actually, it's our own interest. We're just curious to see what these things weigh.
Are you a biologist, Red?
No, but I play a doctor on TV.
You played a doctor in your neighborhood growing up.
Yes, I did. Dr. Bob.
It's almost 13.
Okay, he's probably the big boy in the neighborhood, but you know, there's always somebody bigger and badder. I'm gonna remake this set. There's some fresher looking droppings than when we were here the first time, so hopefully this set continues to produce.
I don't know why the skunks run so big up here.
Bergman's rule states that...
Who's Bergman?
I don't know, but he must be a biologist too. Because it states that a mammal within its range is bigger the farther north you go. The individuals have larger body mass because it's easier for them to make it through the winter. You feel free to use that and then wow your friends.
Bergman?
Yeah, Bergman
Okay.
or Bergman. Like Ingrid Bergman, the actress.
Okay.
We're gonna put him in the truck and we're gonna go on.
Trying to be Ed McMahon.
Work on it.
Well, there's a lot of scat going up from the tube and then right here.
Yeah, I think that's some of that's fresh, I think.
Wiebe Trapline Adventures is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply, offering top quality hunting and trapping products of the highest quality at a competitive price. By Southern Snares Trapping Supply, our customer success is our top priority. And by Mark Steck Animal Lures, top quality baits and lures with proven performance.
Well, we're out on the line. It's kind of a cool, damp day. And Red's been working hard. I've been working hard. He's running a little low on gas right now. He's just a little tired. And so I'm going to reveal to him and you a long-held secret that is behind all my success. When you need a kick in the ass, this is what you do. We're going to make Red a sandwich here. And the first ingredient is mayo. And you want it evenly spread. And you'll see why here in a second. And Red, do you choose mustard on this? Would you
Yeah, I like
some
mustard on my sandwiches.
Okay, you get it all the way around the edges.
Some in every bite.
We won't overdo it on the mustard. Okay, now the key here, the real key to this, is the coffee.
What?
This is like, yeah, it's like a main line and something. This is like 10 pots of coffee right here. Well, heap it on good. You are going to be a changed man for the next several days. Bon appetit, my friend.
Is that a Steck special?
Yeah, yeah. Take a big bite.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you have to indulge. Looks good.
Want a bite? You want half?
No, I'm feeling pretty good today.
This is terrible.
Well, we got us a big daddy of a porcupine, and I set this culvert because it's a skunky culvert. I don't know if this guy could fit in there or not. And you got to be careful with these. You're going to have quills in you. They're just an amazing animal. And that's a 160, and it put them down. 160s are a very lethal trap. They're roughly 6.5 inches in from the jaw spread. And so they're probably even more lethal than a 220, even though 220 is bigger. But we set them in with dogs in mind, and we set them real low. And I've never killed a dog in a 220 or 160. And I'm very careful. I'm a dog person, and I know the attachment people have to dogs. But it can happen if you aren't careful. You got to be careful using bait and so forth. All right. Boy, he's a really big one. We're going to weigh him here in a second. A lot of people talk about big critters, 40-pound coon, 85-pound beaver, 90-pound beaver. They don't weigh them. And over the years, I've weighed a few. And I probably told some tales as well. So we're going to weigh this guy. We're going to get that on the Barker's stand. And you can see this is a small trap. And it's designed to get the critters going in this culvert. Okay, I've got it set. Hands off, safety's off. Now to get it from twisting, I'm going to put those down. Ow! I got a needle in my knee. A quill, that's what I got in my knee. We're going to do a little more blocking here. Don't need much. Right here is where an animal may skirt it. So we're going to put some grass in there just to encourage them to go through the trap. And I like to fluff, just like snares. You just fluff a little bit. It'll settle, the wind may blow it, but in most cases it's going to work. Look at that needle, right into my knee. Ouch.
Wiebe Trapline Adventures is brought to you by Cold Creek Trapping Products, serious trapping gear for the serious trapper. By FurTeckerTV.com, the absolute best collection of trapping videos available streaming online. And by Naturally Bob Sportsman's Pet Shampoo. Naturally encapsulates the absolute worst odors in the outdoors, leaving your pet scent-free.
So now we're going to weigh this big daddy. And I'm going to ask my friend Red and the cameraman Alan to guess what the weight is. I'll hold it up for you. The only way to grab these is by a foot. That's the only way. Any guesses?
28.
I got a 28.
33.
33. I think these guys are in the ballpark. I really do. I'm going to guess 30 pounds.
And I said 33, so 28, 30, and 33.
And the winner gets bragging rights. That's all they get.
Oh, he's hanging there now.
What's it weigh?
25.06.
Okay,
25.06.
it's big. And I'm gonna leave it for a few days when we got room in the truck. We'll pick it up. I'll get $9 for him. I don't have to skin it or anything. And you heard about porcupines throwing their quills? Well, they don't, but keep this in mind. A bear can throw a porcupine. All right, we got a set down here, and I already know that there's something dead in the culvert. I'm not exactly sure what it is. They're supposed to, whatever you catch, you want them, in this case, to die under the culvert where nobody's going to see them. So, just like pulling in a fish, let's see what we got down here. I got the stake out here, and yeah, it's a skunk, all right. And he's dead, and I don't smell much. He didn't spray much. He got a little bit further through the 160 than I prefer. So we'll get him out here. Looks like a real pretty one. He's dirty, but he's pretty. This is the Cold Creek aluminum body grip setter. And I really like it. It's sturdy, lightweight. Nothing wrong with that guy. He's not huge, but it's an adult. He's got good stripes. He or she, I haven't looked. And I would be optimistic about getting another one. He did mess up the trail more than typical. You know, he might have been alive just for a few minutes. But he didn't spray. That's the beauty. All that essence is inside there. And by the way, essence is used for a couple things. One, it's used in animal attractants, but two, it's used in the perfume industry. And you might wonder, well, who was going to wear skunk essence? And I don't have the answer to that. I think it's used as a fixative in perfume. And so there is a market for it. All right, we're going to get the safeties off, bend the jaws down, And we're gonna have to rebuild this trail a bit. It was very defined before, and so we're gonna get it back. And those critters, hopefully skunks, they're gonna come through it again. We'll get a little blocking in the jaws here. That's set to take another one. Very stable. Well, that was a lot of fun.
Bob Sacamano's on the phone.
Oh, tell him I'll call him back. Hey, I have 2 skunks out in the truck.
Can I skin them after lunch?
Oh no, chop chop. So until next week, peaceful waters.
We're picking up our traps because we got more snow than the weatherman predicted, but when we went down to this culvert, used our metal trap setter to try to find the top of the trap. Well, the trap was gone off of the stake, and here we got him. Woohoo! Nice big dry skunk up in the culvert.
The whole wide world's at your fingertips.